Good morning, folks. Aaron Dorr here with Iowa Gun Owners. We are live at the Capitol in Richmond right now, giving you guys kind of an early morning report here at the Capitol. We could not bring in our tripods, couldn't bring in our microphones, so I have my cell phone and an earpiece for this first video we're going to do here today. I'm going to show you guys some of what's happened here at the Capitol grounds. Once you guys get logged in, do a mic check for me. Tell me if you can hear me okay. Let me see if you guys can hear this audio good. I'm getting a thumbs up here right now. And where you're watching from, guys, you know the drill. We're here live at the Capitol in Richmond right now. It is the huge gun rights rally. We'll give you guys some photographs in here in a few minutes. It is cold out here, but there's a ton of patriots from all across the state and country here today in the fight for Second Amendment freedom. Lydia, if my audio is good, give me a thumbs up or comment or something. I see Michelle, so someone give me a mic check and we'll kick off this broadcast. Again, we could not bring our monopods, our tripods, our microphones, nothing inside the Capitol grounds, so I've got my cell phone and my Bluetooth. So we'll do more videos later on today. All right, here comes the thumbs up. Very good. All right, I'm going to turn my phone around here and let you guys see some of the crowd here in the Capitol. This is on the Capitol complex. Let me get my orientation here for you guys. This is the Capitol over here. You got a crowd arriving already over here, showing up. This entire area has been fenced off. There's a fence running right along there. It's fenced off all the way down over here. The fence runs all the way along over there, all the way up there, all the way up there. And then up there, with all those troopers in the neon, that's the entrance point. There is one way in this entire complex today and one way out. All the exits are closed. All the entrance points are closed as well. Just one way in and one way out here this morning in Richmond. And so that's the lay of the land. It is hyper police state here right now, and when it comes to the security procedures, tons and tons and tons of law enforcement here. It's all barricaded, it's all blocked off. You can't hardly go anywhere in this complex. But the real action, and so the crowd's beginning here today. The crowd up here is waiting for the rally. These are the guys on the inside. The rally starts in a couple hours. Crowd's getting here early, as you can see, okay? But the real action, the real crowd, let me walk down here a minute. The real crowd is down over here, where you have all these patriots who refuse to be disarmed. And all my friends with my guns are down here in this crowd. So when I leave this gun-free zone, I'll be back with my friends. And I'll show you guys that area right now as well. And that is right over here. This is right past the security zone. Turn my phone around. Okay, here we go. This is where all the real patriots are. Well, of course, there are patriots inside the wire as well. But this huge crowd is forming way down the street. It's going down 10th Street. It's going all the way down Bank Street. They're coming in by busloads. The crowd's just showing up right now. It's crazy. Tons and tons of folks here. These are all folks who could not come inside because they did not want to disarm themselves to come into this rally. And so you have all these people. This is all the folks that are carrying. Sick and tired of Northam's crap. You've got state police up there. Maybe you can see them. They have a drone. They're buzzing around, droning the crowd, buzzing the crowd nonstop. Crazy train. You got lots of folks here from across the country, as well as across Virginia out here. And flip my phone around here again. And the issues right now in Virginia are kind of the same things we're seeing in a lot of states. They just passed universal background checks in their Senate chamber on Thursday, I believe it was. And here's the deal. It wasn't just Northam's Democrats that did that. They had Republicans voting in favor of Northam and Bloomberg's universal background checks. So this is not just a Democrat issue, a Northam issue. The GOP continues to stab these people in the back and aiding and abetting this gun control push here in Richmond. So you have UBCs, you have a huge push to go back to one gun a month. Virginia for years had a one handgun a month policy. That bill just passed the Senate chamber as well late last week. And you've also got a big push to gut the state's preemption law and allow individual cities and towns to pass their own gun control ordinances in violation of current state code. So those three bills have already passed the Senate, and they are pending right now in the House of Delegates for action probably this week. We'll have to wait and see. Of course, you get the red flag gun seizure issue also in play right now. That has not moved yet. You have a AR-15 ban as well that is also being talked about quite heavily. So it's the same things we're seeing in Iowa. The same kind of bills they want to pass in Iowa. If they ever had the votes to do it in Iowa, they would do it. They would do it. And that's the lesson here today, that the mask has been pulled off. There's no more illusion. These people are crazy. They want to take away all of our firearms. If they ever had the votes to do it, like they do right now in Virginia, they're going to do it. So we can't give up. We cannot give in. Let me turn my camera around here again, show you guys. Those are getting on here in the last couple moments. Some of the crowd here. These are folks who are outside of this gated fence. These are all the guys and gals who did not want to disarm and please Northam. This is all the armed patriots. And there's all kinds of areas around the Capitol. This is one corner. There's tons of more corners like this around the Capitol with folks who are armed, kind of watching all of our backs. All the rest of my team is out here in the crowd. And again, they're all over the entire complex like this, armed to the hilt. But inside, where we are here, nobody can have any firearms. And so inside here, here's the Capitol, for those who are getting signed on in the last few minutes. We'll walk up here 1 second, show you guys some of this crowd. Northam out, they're screaming, Northam out, Northam out. Big crowds here. Big crowds. Turn my camera around. So, again, guys, we have a lot of great folks here today on both sides of the wire, armed and unarmed. But the lesson from Virginia, in my opinion, is the same thing as it's always been. If these people get the votes to disarm us, they're going to do it. They're going to do it. And we have to push as hard as we can for gun rights freedom while we have our pro-gun majority in Iowa. That's why we are fed up with Republicans in both chambers blocking constitutional carry. We're tired of Governor Reynolds constantly attacking constitutional carry. We want to have these majorities, these pro-gun leaders that we have, fight for our gun rights now while we have the votes to do it. Here's a shot of this crowd again. Watch this shot here once, guys. This is down 10th Street. Maybe you can't see on my phone here very good, but down there, this crowd is going for blocks down there. And the entire parallel street down there, East Main, is also jammed with gun owners down there. It is packed. It is packed down there. So there's tons of folks. There's folks on the roof of the State House, Dan says. Yeah, we got, let me show this camera again. Up here, you've got State Patrol running drones all across the complex. There's a trooper there. They've got drones, buzzing us with drones. Same thing up here. You got State Patrol, obviously, up there. Spotters, drone pilots, whatever. Who knows? Tons of folks. But some folks are saying, well, why go, to a rally like this where you can't carry inside the wire, where we can't, have our voices heard? I mean, folks, my thought is pretty simple. If we're not going to stand up now, and of course, this is a Virginia fight. This fight's going to spread across the country if this actually passes here in this state. If we're not going to stand and fight as gun owners now when we're under attack, when will we? So we're happy to be here to show support for our fellow gun owners in Virginia on behalf of Iowa gun owners. But we have to continue to push as hard as we can in Iowa to pass pro-gun freedom when we have the votes to do it, because we're not guaranteed. Everybody in Iowa knows, everybody in the state capitol in Iowa knows that by 2022, it's going to be very, very tough for the GOP to hold the House. Everybody knows it. They sure as heck know it. We all know it. And so if we don't get the stuff done now with the votes, then we might never have a chance to do it again. Let me show you the crowd here. And again, guys, this is, what time is it? Hang on a second once. Let me check my watch here. Yeah, it's only like 8:15, 8:20 out here, so the actual rally doesn't begin until, I believe it's 10 o'clock or 11. They've got buses from all across the state of Virginia en route today. So the crowd, it's hard to say. The news said it could be 50K. Someone said 100K. Someone said 2K. So we'll find out. But the point is, if we don't stand up, These people, these out-of-control statists want to disarm us, and every single firearm we own, they want to use red flags to do it. They want to ban the AR-15. They want to use universal background checks, register and then confiscate our firearms, and we all know it. This is their goal in Virginia, and it's their goal in Iowa too. Just right now, they have no control, so they can't get it done. If they get that control, they're going to try it on us as well. Let me get to higher ground here, guys, and get you guys some better optics, maybe. I'm gonna climb this hill. Turn my camera here a minute. This is the Capitol right here, folks. Let me get turned around here. Okay. So, looking down the hill here to the crowd. Huge crowds approaching from all four corners right now in the Capitol complex. A lot of folks here. The security entrance point is all over there, where all those cops and tents are. So, one way in, one way out. Does that sound safe? I don't think so. Sounds stupid. One way in, one way out. Fencing everywhere. Right behind me, fencing. Cannot approach the Capitol complex, or the building anyway. Fencing runs across the entire perimeter. All the way out here. Fencing everywhere. This is the main entrance and exit point down here. Normally, but today it's totally blocked off. Ridiculous. And fencing runs along the edge of that crowd base over there as well. It is, like Rhett says, safe for Northam, not for you. No kidding. I think for every one person who's inside the wire, they got like 3 buddies outside who are holding their guns. That's where my guns are right now. I got my brothers here and some friends holding my firearms out behind the wire right now. So be out there in a little bit doing live videos. Again, folks, the crowd is massive outside of the wire here. I'm gonna walk down to another corner. If I can find my son. Follow me. There's another corner here and show you guys how thick this crowd is, because again, what you're seeing is only inside the Capitol grounds here. Only inside the Capitol. Turn my camera. But the crowd outside the wire is the main crowd. I see Brad Meyer on here. Good to see you, Brad. I see Dan. But wait till you see this crowd down here, guys. Down here. Again, every intersection around the Capitol right now is mobbed with gun owners who will not disarm, who will not come inside this Capitol Square. And we're so happy to have those guys out there protecting all the rest of us who are in here. But check out this crowd. I'm walking down to the corner of the Capitol here, the Capitol complex. You've seen one intersection so far, guys. One. And over here is the separate intersection. This is East Franklin, I believe, and 9th Street. I'm approaching right now. Check this crowd out. As we approach, huge crowd over here. See if I can pass these troopers 1 second. Can I get a photograph down here, guys? All right. There we go. This is just one corner, guys. One corner of the crowd. Massive numbers of people down here today who are all here to protest gun control. They span the entire block. They go up the block that way. It goes for blocks up the hill this way. Try to reach out here for a second, show you guys some of this crowd. Thousands of them. Thousands of them. All here to protest gun control. Massive crowds. Massive crowds. You can see them. Every intersection is like this today, guys, all the way across the Capitol. Huge crowds. So again, as many folks are inside the Capitol complex today, folks, there's got to be, many more times that outside the Capitol who do not want to disarm and listen to Northam's BS about being unarmed here on their own state Capitol grounds.